You've made it through your first week of classes in Unity Distance Education, so you're ready for the next stage of your orientation materials. In this brief video, we will cover how to be successful as a digital student, how to use some of the additional Canvas resources that your courses require after the first week, and what to do if something doesn't go as planned. One of the more complex skills that students at Unity build is the skill of properly citing sources in your assignments. Most assignments will require this, and for good reason. Citing your sources demonstrates that you can provide evidence for your claims and arguments, but also shows your instructor that you've learned from what you read and that you can put it in your own words. Most of your courses will ask that you use APA format for citations, and there are resources available to help you learn how to format those citations. After doing the assigned readings, you sit down to write your discussion board for this instance. In writing, you make a statement that refers to something from the reading. At the end of the statement, list the author of that source. At the end of the entire document, include the full citation so the reader can find that original source. This is a lot like how an online news story or post will include hyperlinks so you can go and read more about it. The website from Purdue Online Writing Lab, or OWL, has a lot of resources that you can refer back to as needed. All of your assigned tasks will likely require citations, so it's important to include those. In file upload assignments like research papers and final projects, once you submit, you can see the online Turnitin Originality report. You can see that right here, right where it says that you've submitted it. You can also see it in the grades with this flag right here. That's the Originality report. If you haven't properly paraphrased and cited your sources, the Turnitin Originality report will flag it. For discussion boards, you won't get this report, but you still need citations and to keep an eye on your paraphrasing. If we click on that 100%, it takes us to a document like this. The first time you see this, you might need to accept an end user agreement. Go ahead and select that. But it would also then show you where different chunks of text come from so that you can review those. Your instructor will see this too. While you work on revising in order to make a new attempt, you might want to send your instructor a note or leave a comment on the assignment to say that you're revising it. Then all you need to do is click New Attempt and it will let you upload a new document. If we scroll down, now again we can drag and drop or upload, or there are other options here. Some weeks your courses will also include quizzes. Let's take a look at one of those. Quizzes don't have a time limit, but they usually do have a limited number of attempts, so be sure to review that in the quiz description before you start. Also be sure to review the content for the week before starting the quiz so that you can be successful. Answer each question in the quiz and click through. This one has multiple parts, so be sure to choose for multiple. Click Next to answer the next question, and then when you're all done, click Submit. Assignments may ask you to use Canvas Studio to record yourself or your voice. Let's look at how to do that. In Canvas on the far left, you can select the Studio icon. To record a video, select Record in the upper right, and then choose either Webcam Capture if you want the focus to be on your face, or Screen Capture if you want to have the computer screen with or without your face. The first time you use this, if you get pop-ups or plugins to launch, go ahead and accept those and connect your camera and microphone. After recording, be sure to include captions so that your video will be accessible to your classmates and your instructor. You can also create a video in Studio right from the assignment. Let's take a look at where that is. Again, the Studio plugin right here. I recommend playing around with Studio before the course begins or before you're required to do it in your course so that you have the opportunity to troubleshoot if you have any technical difficulties and so that you feel comfortable using the tool to record. If you need additional resources, the help desk is linked in your syllabus for your course. Occasionally, due to technical difficulties or other problems, you might find that you are going to be late in getting an assignment done. If this is the case, email your instructor using the Canvas inbox over here on the left. In certain cases, your circumstances may be extenuating, which means they're out of your control and unexpected, and your instructor may be able to give you extra time with no late penalty. Otherwise, late work will be graded according to the policy in the syllabus. Deductions for submitting late work is still better than not doing it at all, so do your best to get back on track quickly. Things move very quickly in accelerated courses, and it takes some planning and preparation on your part. In many ways, your courses were specifically designed to keep you on track. For instance, you may have noticed that you have assignments due twice a week in your class, usually Thursdays at 3 a.m. Eastern Time and Monday at 3 a.m. Eastern Time. Getting in the habit of making time to engage regularly in your coursework will help keep the information fresh in your mind and enhance your learning. Each Unity student has their own schedule to balance, but bear in mind that you need to plan to set aside 20 to 30 hours each week for 3 credits worth of classes. This time can be split over the entire week, including time doing assigned readings and watching videos, as well as writing and submitting your assignments. To be successful, start building good study habits right away. Take notes as you read and watch videos. Summarizing in your own words will make it much easier to develop answers for discussion boards, papers, and presentations. But it can also help you generate questions you need to ask your instructor. Even though you don't see them as you would in a face-to-face course, remember that we're here to help. When you sit down to start a discussion board, post, or other assignment, begin by drafting your ideas in a separate document like a Word or Google Doc. This also helps by providing grammar checking as you go and gives you the chance to review the assignment next to the rubric before you submit. College courses can be difficult. Learning is a challenging process regardless of your background. Being successful in accelerated, asynchronous courses like in Unity DE also requires that you be a self-directed learner. Your instructor is there to answer questions and give you feedback on your assignments, but it is up to you to do the thinking about the material presented to you. Getting your degree is a big investment of time and effort, so be sure to make time to review the course content for the week, taking notes as you go. And draft your assignments well before the deadline so that you have time to revise, double-check the rubric and your citations, and submit without rushing. Good luck.